I honestly do believe that they will shift to a free-to-play formula someday.
Okay, so this is Naraka Bladepoint in 2024. I do want to start including some Naraka videos in my reaction stuff because I'm really enjoying the game.
All right, that aged well. It's been...
Oh, wow. Tessa's a respectful hero.
a whole year, and a lot of things have changed, so let's get into it. Pretty much the only reservation I had with recommending Naraka in 2023 was the pay-to-play model. Especially with a game as unique as this one, there's just no way to guarantee that you'll like it before spending your money on it.
Did you guys see that? With how the f did you counter that?
No longer being an issue, I can 100% wholeheartedly recommend trying it. If you clicked on this video, that means you're at least slightly interested, but if you're on the fence, I'll definitely push you to one side or another. I'm not getting paid to review the game favorably. These are my unfiltered and honest thoughts going into 2024.
Okay.
First of all, Naraka is about as far from dead as ever, with its 24-hour peak on Steam being not so far from...
Holy shit. Bro, that's kind of a lot of players.
...the all-time peak, and that's at the end of the season where it always slows down a little bit. That's no doubt due to the fact...
No, I started playing Naraka and I was like, holy shit, this is one of the most fun games I've ever played. Such a fun game to play. It's super cool. The combat is really engaging. The graphics are really good. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just refreshing to play something like that. I like the Battle Royale format. I just did not like... I don't like most other Battle Royales because it's like, you know, a pixel 300 units off kills you. You know, that's really annoying. But that doesn't happen in Naraka. Like you have to be really close to each other even to use the ranged weapons, and the melee weapons are just generally speaking going to be always better. And like, I don't know, the combat system just feels really good. It's about skill, you know.
Fact that it's free to play, and of course,
and I can play with my friends, which is
those numbers
fun.
Don't even include Xbox and the relatively newly released PS5 version. However, if you're a solos player like me, trying to get a match outside of peak hours can still be kinda painfully slow, and I'll get
if you're ridiculously high elo
to why that is later in the video. Broadly though, 2023 really proved Naraka's staying power, so you would absolutely not be jumping into a dying game if you get in on it now. If you're
it's really good. Like, there's a lot of players playing right now. It's pretty crazy. It's got like it's free to play, so like there's really no downside in trying.
Not familiar with what Naraka is exactly, I'd describe it as an easy to learn, difficult to master, fast-paced melee battle royale. That's how I'd classify the game in a broad sense, but I can't emphasize enough just how unique it is, and over the almost 2 years that I've been playing it, no other game has even entered the same realm of gameplay quality that Naraka has.
It's extremely satisfying and repeatable. Like, it just makes you feel like you want to get better and like just play better. It's just so cool.
As of now, there are 18 different characters, all with 3 different selectable skills and ultimates each that make for basically unlimited variety. You'll only want to pick 1 or 2 of them to main at the start because the road to mastery can be kind of a long one. The weapons...
This guy has some skins.
Are just as diverse,
Holy
but in this case, it's actually a good idea to get proficient with all of them since you never know what you're going to pick up in a BR. It can be pretty difficult to get
No. Start with like, pick like 2 weapons that are not identical. They're like sister weapons in the game. I don't know what the hell they call them. Like the pole sword and the great sword are basically roughly kind of the same. They kind of function the same. The katana and the hang sword are similar as well. Pick 2 different weapons and just stick with those until you like master them, and then you can try the other ones.
Out of the beginner stage when you're starting out, but once the combat and movement systems click for you, it will be beyond satisfying to play. As with any game that has a high skill ceiling and depth of combat, it attracts its fair share of sweaty players, so if you're someone that likes to try hard, you are in for a ride, since there's basically an infinite amount of things to learn and continuously improve at. You can totally still have fun as a casual player with modes like Capture the Spirit Well and Showdown, but I'd encourage everyone to dip their toe into Ranked and try to learn a few advanced techniques and combos. Custom matches are a fantastic way to practice up in a low-stakes environment, so I highly recommend doing plenty of 0 to 3-ban customs to get the hang of things. The combat revolves around
what was that?
Doing plenty of 0 to 3
0 ban, access to all abilities and weapons. 1 ban, no ultimate. 2 ban, no ultimate or skill. 3 ban, no ultimate, skill, or ranged. Okay.
ban customs to get the hang of things. The combat revolves around a complex blend of basic attacks, focus attacks, parrying, spacing, and more, giving you a ton of freedom to kind of fight however you want. Naraka really has ruined me for other games, where I find myself feeling restricted and desperately missing mechanics like scale rush and grapple.
Yeah, that's why I feel like Naraka and BDO go hand in hand. Once you experience the combat of Black Desert, you don't want to go to the combat of other games. Naraka is the same way.
I honestly can't talk up the gameplay enough, and I can only hope you take my word for it and try it out for yourself so you can feel how fluid it is firsthand. As for the future, Naraka's momentum isn't stopping with going free to play and releasing on PlayStation, as they've been hard at work developing a mobile version that I actually got to test out firsthand while visiting China to watch the J-Cup World Championship.
Version?
They had a whole setup in downtown Chengdu, and if you're someone who's half decent at mobile games, unlike me, I could see it being a lot of fun and attracting a lot of players.
Just like BDO Mobile. I don't know, dude. A battle royale in mobile form?
From what I learned while I was over there, the devs have an undying passion for Naraka, and no one wants to see the game do better than they do. The point is that we're in good hands. There was a live showcase of the new weapon shown at J-Cup as well.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, the monetization is crazy predatory, though. Like, it's free to play. Real talk, the monetization is ridiculous. If you want to try to get a skin, like a very specific skin, the game is ruthless. It's really rough on you. Like the amount of RNG that goes into trying to get the skin that you want for your character is ridiculous. This is Naraka Bladepoint,
which was super exciting. And if you're just hopping into the game, you can continue to expect a constant, well-paced stream of new weapons like this, new heroes, and bi-weekly patches. I guess I'll get into some of the critiques I still have, because as much as I adore this game, it's not perfect. Luckily, these things could probably be resolved pretty easily, and once again, I gotta say that they likely will be. The first thing we need is to be able to free train while in queue. There's no reason that you shouldn't be able to, and it's essential for practicing.
That's true. That's my biggest, one of my biggest gripes with the game right now is I can't really do anything while I'm sitting in queue other than be in the tab menu and run around.
I'm super guilty of immediately hopping back into queue after dying, instead of taking a minute to practice the combo I just messed up, and I'm sure a lot of you are as well.
Oh, he had the gold soul jade. You guys see that? First of all, he's got the badass, the weapon skin for the dual blades. And he's got the gold soul jade, which is sick.
It wouldn't be an issue whatsoever if we could just do both at once. It would very much encourage staying in queue longer as well, which would have a snowball effect for reducing overall queue times. My biggest criticism besides that is the fact that this setting exists for console and Xbox app PC versions.
What? Replenish bots when matchmaking times out.
I've pretty much been on a tirade against this setting for my entire Naraka career.
What is
since
that?
It artificially pumps bots into matches and totally undermines the leaderboards outside of Steam. If you want to learn more.
Huh. I know that bots are added to matches as you... So Naraka's bots are really strange, guys. The bots are better than players in Naraka. So like, when you're really low elo, when you're like somewhere around here, the bots are like really easy to beat. No big deal. They don't really parry you very often. No big deal. But as you get higher and higher in elo, the bots basically get unkillable and unplayable. You can't do anything. They have parries that are frame perfect. Frame perfect parries. You can't do anything about it. They just roll you. It's really annoying. And the bots get stronger as you get higher in elo, and they try to fill the queue with them so that you get faster queues. I didn't know it was a setting you could turn off, though. It puts you in special bot lobbies.
More about that, I'll link a video down below, but if you're new and just want to know whether you should have it on or off, the answer is off. Unfortunately, bots are still present even with the setting turned off, but they make up a small fraction of the lobby. This next thing,
I was going to say, most players that I kill are definitely players.
Isn't so much a criticism, but something I think would be very cool to see, at least for solos, is a transition to Immortal War as the main mode. Naraka is absolutely nothing like any BR you've ever played before, so it does not have to play by the same rules that they do. It doesn't need to boast lobbies of 50 to 100 players for the sake of scale alone.
What is Immortal War? I don't know what the lobby Immortal War is. I've never tried that. Build your score, the time limited gold, and rise to glory in the Immortal leaderboard. Rank for Immortal War. Okay. Score bonus is determined by your ranking and total number of enemies down by your party. Oh, so you're all just put in an arena and you just beat the crap out of each other? It's just like really small? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, so it's just a much smaller version of the Battle Royale system. It's a tournament mode, okay.
Naraka already reinvented the Battle Royale wheel.
I personally like the Bloodbath game mode. I love just running in and just mindlessly fighting play after player after player after player. It's combat after combat after combat after combat. I'm a huge fan of that game mode.
So switching to a much smaller 12 to 16 player format would just set it apart even further. It would dramatically
The fan is such a good solo weapon, bro.
increase the speed of queues, essentially eliminate the need for bots, and speed up the mid-match gameplay itself.
My god, that juggle,
It's not
though.
something that I think is absolutely necessary, like the previous two things I mentioned, but I certainly believe it would be beneficial, and honestly just a really
What up, Riot Alexis? Good morning. Hey, girl.
cool change of pace. Okay, refocusing a bit, Naraka is in a great spot going into 2024, and there's a whole lot of potential here to take advantage of in the coming months. Ever since last year, this is basically the only game I've touched, and I'm still not even close to mastering
I'm definitely sucked in. I'm having such a good time with it.
all aspects of the game. I think that's actually why it stays engaging for so long, because it's basically impossible to feel like you know it all.
That's exactly the reason. Unlike the other battle royales where I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like the point and click shoot stuff. I don't know. I just can't really get on board with it too much. This is just, there's so much skill and it's so repeatable.
Community is
like,
extremely friendly to new players, with Twitch streamers being willing to answer any and all questions.
yeah, except for me, because I don't know how to answer your question.
And even random people in custom lobbies are usually more than happy to give advice if you ask for it in the room chat. If you've been unsure about trying Naraka, I'll just reiterate that the game is free, so why not download it and see what you think after a couple hours. There's a whole lot to explore once you're in.
Just resubscribed for 4 months. 3.
Hypoxia, welcome back for 4 months, man. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much, buddy.
You can complete the tutorials, which I do recommend for the basics. Check out all the weapons and heroes. Look through all
Okay, the way he switches to his ranged weapon so quickly after just using a melee attack makes me a little wet. I need to learn how to do that.
all the beautifully designed skins, many of which can be obtained freely. And when you're ready, definitely watch some tutorials on YouTube for a more proper introduction to some important mechanics. I'll link all the ones I recommend down below in the order that I think they're best to watch. Please ask any questions down in the comments of this video as well. I can almost guarantee you I'll heart it or reply to it. That essentially wraps up my thoughts on Naraka Bladepoint in 2024. It's still my favorite game of all time, with unmatched gameplay, cosmetics, and community, and now that it's gone free to play and is available on all the main platforms, I have absolutely no reservations calling it a must-try game. That's all for me for 2023. I'll see you next year.
Yeah, I had no idea that Naraka even really existed until they asked me to play the game. Until they sponsored me to play the game, I had no idea. I had heard of it before, but I had never even thought to try it. And then, like, I tried it, and they sponsored me to play the game, and I was like, wait, this is amazing. And I found myself playing it on my days off. Just by myself, with friends, in Discord, just doing whatever. Not getting paid to play the game. Spending money on the game. Having such a great time with it. I have had an amazing time with it. It's not all good things, though. There's a lot of bad things. I would say that there's a lot... The core gameplay is incredible. It's the best battle royale I've probably in the genre. The combat is so smooth and crisp. It reminds me of BDO when you compare it to the other MMOs. So it's basically the BDO of the battle royale genre. That being said, the monetization is my least favorite thing. There's like 7 to 10 different currencies in the game, and none of them are explained, so you have to like figure it out. You have to like stumble through it and figure it out. Spending money in the game is extremely punishing. Like there's like a battle pass you can buy that's a relatively good investment. Buying the game's a pretty good investment. But like if you want like a certain skin for your hero, you can't just like buy that skin. I'll boot up the game here so I can show you. It's not like other games where you're just like, oh, I want that one, I'm just gonna buy it. No, you have to go get that skin. The chances are, some of them you can buy, but the vast majority of the good ones, no, you have to get those out of a rolly box. And so you go into the rolly boxes, and you could open 300 rolly boxes and not get one. How much is each rolly box? About $10. They're really expensive. I don't know if it's $10 necessarily, but it's a lot. It's a lot of money. Like they are a lot of money. And like it's extremely predatory in that way. If you don't care about the cosmetics so much, then yeah, you don't have to worry about it at all. It's free to play. There's absolutely no pay to win in the game. There's no pay to win skins. There's no pay to win on stats. None of that stuff. It is literally, my biggest gripe is that like I want to play with the skin I want to have, and I just want to spend the $30 and get the skin. Even if it was $50, I wouldn't mind that. Just allow me to get the skin that I want to play for the class or the hero that I want to use. You know what I mean? It's really frustrating that you can't get that. And I understand that they have to make money somehow in their game. I really do think that it is just a little bit too predatory overall. But that's really my only gripe with the game. That and the menu system is extremely hard to navigate. So if I open this here and you look at the menu system, hold on, let me okay, so this, okay, sure. All right, I'm back. All right, so big gripe I have with Naraka. These plus buttons are everywhere. Every single time you get a new anything, there's a plus button here. It's really annoying. There's no see all, right? There's no mark all is seen. They're just everywhere. Every time you open something, boom, there's 3 more plus buttons. You got to go navigate in and try to find them again. It's really, really frustrating. Events. I have no idea what's going on with events 99% of the time. In order to navigate this menu, you're like, oh, I have daily quests over here. You click on the daily quest. You're like, oh, well, that was weird, right? Click on the battle pass. Oh, look, I got some extra stuff from this, but oh, this is how I get to my quests here. It took me forever to figure out how to even get to my quests and then figure out where the weekly quests were, right? It's like you have to go through the battle pass to try to get there, as far as I'm aware. There's 2 treasure pavilions. Okay, so like there's this one. It's just like the normal one where you can get like different types. These are different types of treasures. Like that you open these are the rolly boxes essentially that you have to buy. And you can see that on the right, like again, this is what I'm talking about when I mean predatory. It takes 37, if you get to 100 treasures. I mean, you get to 100 treasures. I've opened 63 of these because I do, whenever I get a free rolly box, I just open it on, this is the one I open. Okay. Once you get to 100, you get a free extreme treasure. The rating in this game is like, it's basically the same as every game you've ever seen. It's like blue, purple, yellow, red, right? So if I look at these are the reds that I can possibly get. There's like a pity system. So if you open 100 of them and you don't get a red, it'll give you a red. But you can't choose which one you want. It's going to give you a random one. Okay. Now, they're really cool. That's a cannon skin. That's a pole sword skin. Right? This is a skin for Akos. This is a skin for Viper. Yeah, they're cool and everything. But like, the problem is that pity system, it can give you repeats. You are not guaranteed to not get the same thing that you got last time. So no matter what happens, you have like a 1 in 4 chance of getting the one you want. And you just spent $300 to even get an attempt at it. Right? So you can understand that like RNG wise, this is extremely predatory. And the chances of just pulling a red out of a box are probably below 0.1%. It's really rough. It's really, really rough. The same thing goes for the yellows. The yellows are really tough to get as well, and you can get duplicates. So like if you already have one, you can still get the same one over and over and over again. Yeah, they give you this pity currency, which again is one of my gripes with the game, is that it has too many different types of currencies. You've got Tay, gold, silk, then you've got all of the event currencies. I don't even want to get into that stuff yet, but like you can use spectral silk in part of the shop here. If I go into the shop, spectral silk, like these are technically like cash shop items that you can normally only get for money, but they haven't updated this in a really long time is my understanding. So like everyone pretty much already has this stuff. It doesn't feel very unique to get any of this stuff. So the spectral silk is really super outdated, and they haven't really added anything to that shop, which is really disappointing for me as a new player. If I go into the event center, limited time events, there's like 50 events going on at any given point in time. And again, they all have their own currencies. Okay, so this one's got the tasty bun currency. And there's no like, you just have to figure out how the event works by clicking through the menus and like try to figure it out. So you can see limited time events. I'm just trying to remove my pluses, right? Okay, New Year roll. Okay, this is kind of just a login thing. You had to answer stuff correctly. Or answer like riddles correctly. This one is like the prosperity tokens. You get those by pressing tab, and like people can launch a cannon while you're waiting for lobby, and you can collect them and right click them for money. But I have no idea what this was. I didn't even know this was going on. But again, this is yet another type of currency that you have to exchange for like the event items and stuff. This is the spring lantern riddles event. You click this, you click the next lantern, and it'll give you a riddle. I have not gotten a single one wrong yet. It says, upon entering and departing, a refreshing breeze emanates from the sleeves, bestowing an aura of elegance upon anyone who wields it. It's a fan. Yeah, I'm unstoppable with this one. This one's pretty easy. I think they should design more events like this. It's pretty cool. This is yet again another currency that you get in game. Like as you're looting stuff, you'll pick up these like golden packets that drop out of the loot things. You get 20 of them. You can draw stuff. Like it's just a rolly box thing. But yet again, it's just another currency up here in the top right. It's the dragon ingots or whatever. Previous treasures return. Yeah, so like you can get like they have rotating skins that are actually on sale. It's the Bruce Lee event right now, so like they've got that on sale. And then this is like they gave us free coupons and stuff. But let me show you what I mean by the shop stuff, guys. So if I go into the heroes, I really like Zai. Okay. I really like Zai. So we're going to go in here. These are the Zai skins. There are not very many skins, which is, again, a small gripe I have with the game. I wish that there were more skins for the character I play. From my understanding, though, Zai is pretty new. And you can see I have a lot of her skins. I have a lot of Zai skins. Okay. So I have this one here. Right? Like that one looks really cool. This one looks really cool. That one looks really cool. This one I don't have because it looks kind of mid in my opinion. Right? But like these purple ones, these are super low effort. Like these are basically nothing. What game is this? It's the Naraka Bladepoint. Like these are all just different colors of the same skin, right? Like so no one cares if you have a purple or below skin. Blue is exactly the same way. You can see it's just different colors of the same outfit. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, the outfit looks pretty good, but like this is like super low effort, and if they're gonna do stuff like this, I want to see more outfits. Like flat out, I want to see more outfits. But there's a red Zai skin, if you don't know, that you can't buy right now. Okay, and you can't buy most skins. Like this down here, it has like the buy option for 1500, right? I think Justina Vu is probably a better option. Let me look at this. Okay, look. So if this is one of her coolest skins. Look at that. She's like an ice themed hero. Okay, this is one of her best skins. It looks really cool. It's all icy. You'll notice it says Spring Lantern Rui bonus reward. That means if you click on this, it's going to take you to the treasure palace. This is yet another RNG rolly box simulator where you have to try to roll for the skin that you want. No, you cannot buy the skin through any means. Okay, you must do these rolly boxes in order to try to get the skin. Okay, and you have to roll the correct one too. I don't even see it in here. Yeah, so it's not even available currently in these. But like I'm telling you, it's like a 0.1% chance to get a red, and so you have to get it through the pities, and the pities can give you duplicates. So you're really just kind of if I go into here, same thing, unlocked by untamed treasure. This one's not even available right now, but when it is available, you have to do a rolly box for it, and you can get the other one. You can get the other reds, and you can get them in duplicates. It's extremely predatory. It's extremely difficult to get a hold of these skins. I wish they would just sell them for like $100 or $200. Like allow you to just spend $200 and just have the skin rather than have to roll rolly boxes for it, potentially get it in one box, unlikely, or have to roll God knows how much, because it feels terrible to play a game where you spent $300 and didn't get the thing that you wanted. That feels terrible. Like, it is technically free to play and everything, but like we're talking about cosmetics, right? You just want your character to look really cool, and you want to play the you want to play the hero that you want to play. It's really frustrating that they don't have this. You see all these pluses here? I'm going to try to get rid of these. Click on outfit. Oh, look, I got a new outfit for her. Sure. Okay. Campaign. Here's another plus button. I have to click equip Soul Jade. Okay, we have to click that. Okay, now we can go back. Wait, no. Oh, I have to click casual. Okay, now there's weekly quests. There's a plus button in here. There's a plus button here. Okay, we got that. Oh, there's another plus button here. There it is. Oh, yet another plus button here. More coins. You could see just how many different things there are in the game. Like, they give you vouchers to trial different skins and stuff. But again, this is my gripes with the game. I generally have an amazing time, but the gameplay itself is unmatched. The game is tremendously fun to play. It is super, super, super in-depth. Like, it's really easy to pick up for a new player, and then it's really complicated if you really want to get, like, down to the nitty-gritty. You know what I mean? There's plenty of different game modes to try. I really enjoy it. I really do not like how the game is monetized, as far as, like, I like to play with the cool skins and stuff. And, like, I don't mind dropping X amount of dollars to get there, but I do not like having it gated behind all RNG. That's really frustrating. Yeah, you can wave at all your friends like this every day. Showdown is the story mode. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's just like ESO for crown gem mounts. Exactly like that. Very, very frustrating. But like, I understand they have to make money. So like, although those are my gripes with the game, I would say that there's a relatively minor points overall. I think that the game is absolutely incredible to play, and it's just super fun.